Taseni mkofiti manze nimewa hata. Today I am so excited because the person I am hosting nilikuwa na yani I was watching for her. Kwa nyumba hiyo show ilikuwa ikianza nasema huyu dem ndo anafaa shinde kitu huyu dem. Welcome so much, Sue.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
I am so happy like finally I am having you here.
Yeah.
Ebu ambie ni show gani hiyo?
So I was on a show. I was Blaze BYOB. Hiyo ilikuwa mwaka gani? Ilikuwa 2017.
Tutaweka hiyo picha hapa.
Yeah.
Watakumbuka hiyo nywele. Wakiona hiyo nywele.
Mwenye ni watch for sure atakumbuka hiyo nywele.
Oh, God.
So that was 2017. Crazy that it's been 6 years.
2017?
Yeah.
Unataka kuniambia alikuwa na watch Blaze nikiwa kwangu?
Ukikuwa kwako bado. 6 years ago.
Feels like I was with my mom. I don't know why. Yeah. Really?
Yeah, ilikuwa 6 years ago.
Basi tulikuwa na timu. Tulikuwa tunasema umsichana kona nywele. Umsichana ndo anafaa shinde kitu.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. So see how far you've come.
Hata mimi saa zingine the 6 years don't look like 6 years mostly because when you're talking about it I can almost remember like kama 3 years not 6. Yeah, but it's been a beautiful journey. I'm happy hata mimi niko hapa.
Sasa ni wewe uko na duka sawa mall. Ni sawa mall ama sasa mall?
Ni sawa mall.
Sawa mall.
Yeah, sawa mall. Yeah.
Ulishafikiria ungefanya hiki kitu like hata ndo kuje kuingia hiyo Blaze ulichukuliwa zile walikuwa nazunguka wanaenda Eldoret.
Yes. So nilichukuliwa Eldoret because nilikuwa my university Eldoret. That was my 4th year. Actually ilikam at a good time when I was just finishing my exams, and so when I went for the event I happened to be, you know how you're told it's different when you're in the right place at the right time. Literally nilikuwa right place at the right time because hata sikuwa nimeenda ku audition, but then I was in the entrepreneurship tent and then the person who was the mentor who was in that tent akauliza swali kimbelembele tu, like I'm very I talk very vocal, yeah. So nikajibu swali akaniambia okay, interesting, what do you do? So back then nilikuwa nimeanza so if I was in Eldoret nilikuwa naishi bado na auntie yangu Nairobi when I'm in Nairobi. So I had gone to Dubois back to school of some sort, nikabuy some 2 watches tulikuwa huko downtown. So nikiwa shule beshte yangu akaiona akaitaka, nikamwambia okay, so nilibuy Nairobi na Nairobi ni mbali, nitakuuzia hii but nakuuzia tu kama kuna dosta hiyo. So then my friend had already bought the watch, then they told a friend, ikaanza tu hivyo. So nilikuwa nazibuy Nairobi naenda nazo LD nauzia students. Then Instagram ndio ilikuwa imeanza kukua popular. Instagram ile ya kitambo yenye logo yake ilikuwa blue, yenye ilikuwa na video ya 15 seconds. Yes, that one video. So na ninapenda pia I like social, I did marketing, so like I like such things. So nikaona Instagram inaanza, nikasema nikianza ka page itakuwa rahisi even kuonyesha watu picha badala ya kushinda ukitumia watu picha. So nikaanza page, then it grew just by word of mouth and all of that. Then nika happen niko Eldoret, I'm a student, but the watches I'm buying in Dubois are being ordered by people when wako Nairobi. So ilini puzzle by the way niko. So yako huko anaweza endea Dubois lakini ananisha kutoka Eldoret. Exactly. Maybe nikaona ni juu, maybe ya jui atazipata wapi. Were you like custom making them like this? It was just now like maybe like your watch. Venye tu iko kutoka hivyo tu, even though busy ilianza. Because then nikaanza kuziuza hivyo. So now let's go back to the tent. When the person asked that question, akaniuliza you know what do you do? Kamwambia I sell watches to my fellow students, but I also sell them online. Akaniuliza in 10 years what would you want this business to be? Na ndo umeanza? Na ndio hata sija like ile I just arrived, like I just arrived. Ni page tu umefungua. Ndio tu nimefungua page, sina like sijui nini tutafanya but nauza saa. So I had never thought of it, but cause me ni sharp, first thing that came to mind I was just like, I would like to start a African themed brand made in Kenya. Okay, dreams, you know, you just answer to answer. Just okay, answer to answer. For real. So nikajibu, akaniangalia, akaendelea tu na lesson yake. Then after the lesson akaniambia, by the way, I liked your answer, and if that's your idea, we have a tent, tuna audition watu, you can audition, there'll be a show, you can win the show, win 5 million. It just now akanipea hiyo idea.
Wewe ukasikia 5 million.
Nikasikia tu 5 million, but I didn't even pay attention to it, imagine Celes. Because tulikuwa na best yangu, well, 3 of us. Tuliendelea tu na, there were so many tents. Kulikuwa na hiyo ya entertainment, kulikuwa na sijui tattoos. There were just so many things. And then I think also because haikuwa dream yangu, sikupasu. So like at around 5 p.m, nikakutana na huyu mentor tena. Akaniuliza, did you go?
Do you know this mentor? Unamkumbuka?
Namkumbuka. I think anaitwa Mwamburi. I keep saying I will look for him. I think so. Nitamtafuta by the way. I think alianza brand inaitwa Mwanamweni Effort or something. I will look for that mentor. Because he asked me, did you go? I was like, no, I didn't go. Akanishika mkono. Akanipeleka kwa tent.
I think ni team
Mwamburi, yeah? Nitamtafuta. So yeah, nika audition. Ilikuwa tu ile
akakuvuta akakupeleka.
Akanipeleka kwa tent. So I just did it ile okay, let me do it.
Tumalizane.
Just tumalizane na pia ni fulfill want ya umse. So I did the audition, then luckily I got picked from Eldoret, then I was part of the show.
How many were they picking per town?
2. That was Safe Joe and me now. Safe Joe na mimi ndio tulichukuliwa LD. Yeah. So then nikakuwa on the show. I didn't win the show, the 5 million yenye ilimechaniwa siku win.
But I was watching for you. Just yani I was heartbroken hiyo siku.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa zati msichana kwa nini yule ndo angeshinda hiki kitu. Kwa sababu hizo groups mkitumwa mwende kuna time mlienda sijui Mombasa mlienda like you are doing so much more.
It was intense. That Blaze show, I think in a way I always say if there's you are told that those things that happen in your life and they change how your life moves.
It changed your life.
It really changed my life from the perspective of mlinivotia by the thanks very much. Kama favorite contestant, that's how I won now half the million to start the business, because otherwise I'd have just gotten money for participating in the show. So I got the money for the show plus the one for being the favorite contestant. So you see like that funding. And number 2, it really opened my eyes to see that, because I wanted to be a lawyer. Ili change tu venye life yangu ili move.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Tell him you wanted to be a tell him
Siri anashangata. But
who is this lawyer? But you can still be a lawyer.
I wanted to be a lawyer. Ilinionyesha another angle to my life, and then I think pia ilikuwa ishanipea sasa a bit of market. Like there are people who are interested, there are people who are already buying, but you see now I was selling the watches.
So hata sasa hiyo historia African Kenyan scene.
So after kuwin show nikapata hiyo do, nilipose. The one thing I also thank my parents for is, nimetoka campus. I'm still young. Very easily parent anaweza kuja kwambie tunataka kukusaidia kujua vile utafanya na ido. My parents by the way hata hawakutaka hiyo pesa, waliniacha tu niamue. So I stayed with that money for a while. I was like I strongly feel I should pursue, like I was on this show and I said this is what I want to do, and I love watches and there's nothing like this, let me do this. So nikaanza tu kutafuta okay, how will I do it. Nikaanza tu kubuy tena watches huko downtown, but then nazi improve like na video strap, as in like a strap ingine. Watu wakabuy, but then I think a customer of mine or even I myself, I realized I'm shortchanging myself. Hii watch nimeandikwa fake CK, tuseme Calvin Klein. Nimeweka a very nice beaded Kenyan strap, but then I'm selling someone else's name with my own creativity. So you can push nifikirie, no, I need to make this whole thing a watch. That's how now Sood was born. Like I was like, let's just make it a whole brand. The watch is Sood, the strap is branded Sood. It's a Sood product.
Do you know why I thought of having you here today? Kuna kitu nafanyanga IG, Instagram, small businesses feel tagged.
Yeah.
Mimi I am that small business. Nikiangalia Su anaenda. Su, like you're very consistent. You like you're always there, always at it. Su leo amefungua duka. Su leo anapeleka zingine Namibia. Su leo, what keeps you going? Juu mimi, na hii swali ni cliche juu. Asa uliza kila saa, what keeps you going?
Yeah.
But mimi from a business part of nini, I struggle bana. Tuna struggle. It is not easy.
Yeah.
unaamka leo ni malos, unafaa end month kuna bills, hakuna kitu umemake. Sijui hii Laida alipeleka ikafika akarudi, akapeleka ingine, so hata hiyo trip haina kitu.
Yeah, because even sometimes kuna zenye zishonwa hata mimi naangalia hivi, naambia msee, imagine we have to turudie tu hata isifikie clients because you see now they're handmade, so such challenges definitely come up. Unapata mtu ameshona naye anaona ameshona poa, but unaona hapa hapana, bado and such is business. Unatuanisha, unatumia the same beads but now maybe different leather. So such things are bound to happen in different spaces in business, but I think the one thing that really keeps me going is being able to cultivate that consistency, not just in your business,
but
in your life,
in everything that you do.
When my friendships, I am consistent. But then, kama when ni best changu, I will know how you, like, I am consistent with my friendships, consistent with my family. Gym, like, that's just, it has become a thing that now is part of my life in a way that now when it comes to my business, I am just now taking it.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me as I am. So it's you deciding, because I think when I won the show, ilikuwa hard by the way kuanza, because unajua ni rahisi kununua like a cup.
Kuna mtu kwa mlango. Ni Timo.
Yeah, so when I started, unajua ni rahisi kubuy kikombe, then uuse kama kikombe. By the way. But it's very hard when you're saying, I'm making a cup from scratch, and then I sell it. Now imagine you're starting, it's something that you've never done before. You actually don't even know anyone who has done it before. So I was figuring it out. Nataka isa ikuwe sued. Nitafanya aje ndio ndani ikuwe sued. Mimi hata sijui. So it was very easy to give up. But then I made a commitment. I was like, you see, like the way big brands, Safaricom, name them, sijui Airtel, Fanta, sijui wote. You see how they run their businesses?
Yeah.
They wake up and the business is running. I made a commitment and I was like, I'm going to run sued that way. Like with no excuses. You see how when you buy airtime and you load it, you expect it to load.
How do you load aje but you expect it to load?
Kwa sababu si kazi ya customer kuelewa ina load aje. So for me, I committed to running sued in a way that client asiwaifika mahali we share the problem of kama hizo beads si straight nini. You know what that makes you do is you always even foresee any problem that comes. And I think one thing even with procrastination that inaweza saidia mtu sana ache procrastinate ni foresee anything. You see, kama unataka kwenda gym kesho, tustumie gym juu wewe pia unaenda gym. Kama unaenda gym,
talk to me directly. If you are talking to me.
Tuseme kama gym. Kama unataka kwenda gym kesho, na unaenda gym 6 a.m. Foresee anything that will make you not go to the gym tomorrow. Tuanze na eka nguo zenye utavaa kando.
Usiseme ati nilichelewa nikichukua manguo.
Utaenda aje? Do you walk to the gym? Like you're pre-planning. I think even consistency for me has been that aspect of I plan way ahead in a way that there's nothing that can make me stamka leo niseme stand a workshop. Juu. Kwa sababu gani? Already nilishaambia wa mama wa kushona tunakutana Monday. Sitaenda hapo niseme ama nisiwaambie wakuje. So I think it's a thing that you cultivate in your life, and then as you mirror it in everything else, it just becomes you, honestly. And then also I think I have a vision. Like I know exactly what
now
I want.
Now you have a vision.
Now
it's not like your time you attend.
Your time sikwa honestly na vision.
Now like you completely.
Say I have like a full-on vision on how the growth of Sood can affect now small businesses feel tagged. You see, it's beyond me. I know if I don't show up, come out the lady who does the beadwork, hata kuwa na food ya kupea watu, the guy who does this and that,
delivery.
It's way beyond me. So now that vision actually keeps you consistent because you understand that if I don't do this,
there's someone who's going.
You know, if I don't post on the page, if I don't follow up on the shop person, how will you pay rent? So I think having a bigger vision for your business could also give you the consistency, because honestly it's hard.
Yes.
Everything is, I always tell people, work with it also in a way that you're thinking everything else is working against you. You're the only one who can work with you. So when you show up that way, nitapata su sele mwenye ananitakia mazuri. There are good customers, even good people who will just recommend the product, but I want that to be a surplus of I showed up thinking I'm the only one.
And do watu feel
exactly
feel some sense of wow.
Yeah.
Kuliko expecting everything to go, then upatane na kamoja.
Exactly.
Ukasirike.
Yeah.
Wiki mzima.
Everything is working against you.
So it's been now like 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, it's been like 4 years.
What was the toughest period? Tangu sasa uianze.
I feel like I have two. One that I think for now, looking at it, like for now, I don't even know if it was a challenge or it was just like God telling me, work harder, move faster. I would say definitely the one for getting copied. There's a time I had people copying work, whatever. That really broke my heart. And that's mostly because, you know, when you're a creative, whether you've put your heart and soul into something, so when someone dupes you, it's very personal. But I think also it was sent to me to harden me. Like I feel like my emotional intelligence right now is a bit higher. Like if it happened to me right now, I would definitely deal with it differently. The other one was when the business grew. So what used to happen uko mbele ni nilianza kukuwa na workshop, sikuwa hata na watu wangu specific wa kushona. I used to rely on someone else mwenye alikuwa na shop ya beaded things kutumia watu. So nakuja namwambia okay, so nataka hii design, siwaambie watu wako wanishone. So I think even there's a part now the business had grown so much, umse alikuwa anashinda anani frustrate. So ikafika hiyo point ya you need to grow now. You either need to literally go in Kajiado, utafute watu wako na ujue vile utakuwa na communicate na wao, jua hawana WhatsApp. Ama useme sasa imetosha. So I think that was then that's actually what birthed now us being able to come up with like a schedule where we were meeting every like Wednesday, tunakutana chini ya mti, wanafanya. Then that grew into okay, so I feel like this has grown in a way that now it's no longer sustainable. We actually need a workshop. So that now it birthed the workshop. So I think those two, especially that part for now transitioning from you're getting it easy from someone else, but you have to figure out your own production and your own logistics. That was really, really hard. So yeah, but all in all, by the way, challenges zote mi usema, imagine it just pushes you to, it's either pushing you to do.
I was about to say that.
Exactly, because even now, like the other one for, we had a pick-up point. You know how now small businesses again feel tagged. It's if you cannot afford a space, kuna watu wana rent a shelf, and then you have a pick-up point.
I'm those watu.
So then it's easy for your business to grow where now it can't even fit in that shelf. Na mtu wa hiyo shop anafeel pia wewe sasa unambudha sana juu either customers wako wanajanga huko ama packaging zako zimekuwa mingi, una occupy too much space. So I think we also had such a problem which birthed the show. So as in consistently, if you look at how you're growing, utapata kishida ushangae, okay,
so clearly, you can say in life, you can say in life some challenges are not there to finish you.
No.
Ni kukusukuma, songa
jump,
mbele.
like now jump. You don't see where the rent will come from for a store, but then until you open the store, you will never like really have sales from a store, you know. So then you realize every challenge in life is just pushing you to do better, grow, and serve a bigger like market and stuff.
Now that you've been through this business, now hata chana na business, you've told me when you say consistent, and I can see, I can tell. Nataka tu niambi just two things. Usiseme usiongeka motivational speakers. Ama nini ati you know our smart one said.
Yeah, but ukitaka kuniita kwa shule zenu ni motivate from force. Please niite.
Nataka tu niambie, like two things people just say for the sake of saying, but to you now, you just don't say for the sake of saying. You feel it when you say it. About tell me.
I think the most cliche for any Christian or someone who grew up in a Christian way is Jeremiah 29:11. I think we say that God knows the plans he has for you. We say it in a very cliche way until you're met by a challenge, by the way, and you need to trust that, by the way, it's burning, but I know for sure God has a plan for me. I think for me, that means a lot right now, because there are things that happen and you're looking at them, you're like, sasa ni do, then you have to remember that. So I think that's for sure. The second one would be, you will not always be motivated So you have to be
that's so
disciplined.
true.
Like, and I think it's something even like, watu kama sasa unasikia Kipchoge anasema, hata wewe unatap in unasema, because he said only the disciplined are free. You realize that it goes beyond I woke up feeling like I want to go sell watches. There are days you will wake up not feeling like you're motivated, but if you're disciplined to show up, you will move. You'll move forward. So I think those two for sure, which I like, that motivation and discipline, they all give back to consistency. Imagine if it's so things for unakumbuka ukiambiwa, if you take a stone na ugonge ukuta uendelee eventually utaitoboa. It's true because that consistency
kila siku tu
unagonga, but imagine ugonge leo uchoke ugonge tena next week. See, it will take longer for you to, but if you consistently do it over and over and over, you will break through. So I think those would be my motivational points.
And we can say that is like your parting shot for the small SMEs.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's not easy.
It's not easy.
And I think entrepreneurship can be painted as, which is something that we also do to ourselves as small business owners, where you want to look at someone like Nani. Umsiwachene netangu aje.
What?
Akona Alibaba nini, akona hata foundations. Yeah, Jack Ma. You want to look at such a person and you want to unataka uamke leo kesho ukue yeye. You see, so then entrepreneurship will be painted as a very rosy, from his angle it looks rosy because yeye ashapata do zake. But really kwanza biashara na kwenda ni ngumu sana. So I always tell people, don't look at those people who have made it. Look at the person who is at the next step you're going to. If you're starting now,
the next one.
Exactly. Kama mtu anaanza leo, mimi naweza kuwa relatable kwa sababu sijaenda mbali sana.
There's something to learn.
It's like a ladder. If you're on the first thing, na unataka kujistretch ufike ile ya juu, utapasuka msamba or something, you know? Yeah, so just making sure that consistently you're true to yourself, you're consistent, and you celebrate your small and big wins, bwana. Like, every win is a win. Mi kwanza hata hiyo story ya Namibia, shipping to another shop in another country, that's a big win.
Wow.
Yeah, in 5 years it will look like a small win, but in this moment
it's a big win. And it is a big win. It's not a small win, it's a big win.
I know, even you'll tell me for sure, as a business owner, hardly are you able to see such wins as small or big, because you're in the thing. Uko ndani, watu wako nje ndio wanasema, wow, wewe kwako bado una feel no, sija make it, I need to do a bigger thing, you know? Yeah, but it's a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful journey.
But why do you call yourself as small? Like, I understand kuna hiyo SMEs, but me sipendi hiyo small.
You're small.
Who is ebu nipe big big niyo Jack Ma.
Big could even be like watu kama hata
even you're big.
Okay, yeah, I'm big, but in the reality of bookkeeping and then you're small because your revenue is not.
Okay.
So yeah, it's yeah, we're a big business, but
we are. Tunakuwa.
Yeah,
but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Personally, I feel encouraged. So much encouraged hapo kwa consistency. Just keep at it. Like where amka to show up. By the most of the days of feeling to show up. Like most of the days you don't feel like at all. But at the end of the day you're like, I'm happy I showed up.
Yeah.
Juu ningekaa tu kwa nyumba ningekaa tu bado nikiboeka.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day I'm happy.
Show up.
Yeah, I showed up. And then you show up, you make it count, you move. By the consistency ni nzuri lakini ni ngumu. Si rahisi.
It takes discipline. It takes discipline.
Ni ngumu.
You can preach it, but the practice part. But then mi usemanga, you see like how siku moja uli show up and then ukauza vitu pesa mingi. Hata kama itabidi ujiambie hivyo, useme what if leo ni show up like we kama ile siku. Like give yourself something to look forward to na utakuwa consistent. But that's the trick. Consistency is literally the trick for anything. Think about anything in life. Hakuna kitu yenye hauna consistency na umewin. Whether it's running, whether it's gym,
whether it's a YouTube business, channel. I'm struggling with that.
YouTube channel sasa
struggling.
You have to keep up. Ukisema ni 1 week sijui video every week.
Tokea kila wiki.
Imagine.
See unapotea. You know guys.
No. Yeah, consistency.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hebu sasa tell guys where to find you. You'll send us pics, we attach, at least wajue what is it. Unajua kuna mi nakujua. Unajua mi nakujua. So unajua kuna msana sema su.
Yeah.
Hebu show them kwanza hiyo umevani wewe umake.
So this is a made in Kenya watch brand. The entire this thing is a watch as it is. Hii ni saa. And the aim of the brand mostly is to just tell the African culture, nini, so that now you have an accessory and a watch at the same time. So you can check the page for more like brand story and all of that. You can check the page at Sud Watches. Hiyo ni SUED. Jinangu ni Su. So if I create something and I pass it on to you, you get sued. So that's the name. Yeah. So you get sued. Yeah, so Sud Watches. We have an Instagram page. We also have a shop in town, Nairobi CBD, on Moi Avenue at Sawa Mall, shop number C17. Yeah, so check them out. They make beautiful gifts. Even for yourself, it's a good accessory and a statement, and it gives you a form of identity. And it's something that we really love to do. Like this is, when you wear it, you know, hii imeshonwa ni yangu. Like nilishonewa hii. Like there's no other like this. They could be the same design, but I always tell people there's always like a difference somewhere. Yeah, so yeah, that's what
it's handmade. Haziwezi fanana
kabisa, by the way.
Si kama machine.
Haitawai fanana. Na
juzi nikajua shosho yako anaitwa Masa.
Yani ni like it's just
ni hiyo tu Jeremiah. Exactly. Everything was there, but
si wangu part of these things I don't understand, because now you see for her she was doing, alikuwa nashona viondo tu tunauziwa sahi Kariakoo, ama we have pages that are doing that in the 80s kusomesha my mom and my aunties, yeah, and she was doing it so much on a large scale that alikuwa anatoka ushago, wanakuja na gari, unajua pia gari hazikuwa mingi, matatu, wanakuja wanalala kwa hiyo gari overnight ndio ifike saa moja wauze viondo zao. So that's what really kept her and educated my mom and the siblings. Now when I look at it now, which is like 30 years now, I'm just doing the same thing on a different scale and on a different product. But like that creativity really, na pia sini mabeshte music yangani kama tu I'm living her life in a more modern world. Yeah, kwa shop we have a whole like portrait at the shop, and everyone who comes, they're just like, "When in South Africa?" I'm like, "No, this is my grandmother." Yeah, so absolutely, the story just ties in so well. Mpaka hata nashinangwa saa zingine nasikia kama I don't tell the full story, because there's a story of me and there's a story of my grandmother and it playing in me. But one day,
and it wasn't there anywhere. It's just that unakam kurealize na kukuja
dots. I'm like, whoa, so Esther Masa
and I'm making Masa.
This just means this is destiny. This is meant for me, you know? Yeah, so absolutely
keep going,
beautiful journey. Yeah.
Keep going. Songa. Yeah, we are here to
thank you so much for
clap harder and harder.
Day ones, I have a special place for people who loved me from.
Kuna jacket Tuge alivaa, nitatafuta picha nipe Madi. Kalikuwa kameandikwa Sud. Alivaa hiyo jacket ikatoka kuwa kala blue, ikakuwa kala cream, ikafade. Juu ukimpea it was big. I bought a watch for Mother's Day. Hiyo ilikuwa inakuja na hiyo kiondo na hoodie. Then you added Tugi the sweater. Tugi alivaa hiyo sweater, so naona sasa umemletea ingine. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sasa atapea brother yake.
Sasa uendelee tu tafadhali. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Next time pia tutakuja sasa tuongelee. Sasa ukishakuwa huko kwenye unasema huko ndo big scale. But thank you so much.
Yeah,
happy welcome to have you anytime. Thank you so much guys for watching. Till next time. Bye.